Good evening. This is Tristan from Not So Epic. I haven't been on the page in a while, and I was planning on getting back into it. I've got the internet running at my new abode. I thought it might be a good thing to start uploading some videos again and try and be creative. The only problem is that I honestly have no clue what to talk about at all. I was considering just talking about the news, any articles in particular. I had a bit of a look around at the front pages of a few sites. There's nothing that really grinds my gears this week. There was a few stupid things, like a guy won $800 in a bet to scull a bottle of tequila and died 5 minutes later. Cause of death? Sculling a bottle of tequila. What? Why? Why would you scull? So things like that. It's just kind of stupid. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm going to ramble a little bit. But I kind of picked a topic for this video, and as you may have noticed, it doesn't have video footage. It's just purely audio. I thought it might be easier. My cam's are real low quality, and there's no need to see me just talk at you. Picture's good enough. Audio, you can do other things. You can scroll through your Facebook feed and listen to me ramble. So recently, I've got really interested in the Australian band A.B.Original, which is Briggs and Trials, two Aboriginal Australian rap artists. And they dropped an album called Reclaim Australia. Yes, no way affiliated to the white supremacist, let's say, movement Reclaim Australia. It's called that kind of because of them. It's kind of a dig. They're reclaiming Australia. They're Aboriginal. They were here first. What are the other guys reclaiming it for? It's a whole thing. Look it up if you want. It's kind of funny to read them talking about it. But in particular, the song called ICU. So the song ICU, as I just said, is off their album Reclaim Australia. It's featuring Thelma Plum, who I've never heard of, but she has some very nice vocals. Now, we'll talk about the film clip to start with. It's a very interesting film clip. So it shows Charles and Briggs in a secret lair with a crime board, you know, all the pictures of people and all the strings attached showing all the connections and the hints and the clues and who's this and what's that, and has Thelma Plum on a screen in the corner, in a black and white screen, like she's on a security cam, just singing. And she's singing, "You're too busy watching me when you need to watch yourself. Choose your words more carefully and play the hand you're dealt." And it's talking. The whole song is talking about the cops, pretty much, and everyone else's focus on Aboriginal people, and namely, like, the racist view of Aboriginal people. It's a very good subject matter, and A.B.Original touch on it a bit. And the video clip throws back to the video clip for their song January 26, in which they pretend to be cops and harass Australians. In particular, this one, the film clip just has one white Australian guy. I think he's carrying a flag, or he's wearing flag clothing, and they harass him for, you know, being Australian. Give him shit for it, like how they perceive people harass Aboriginals, and they probably do. It's a pretty good film clip. But this one relates back to it in saying that they're still playing the same characters as fake cops, and they're in their lair, and there's like news reports saying, who are these fake cops and everything. And it's a very, very good throwback to that first part of the video. So if we were to move on to the first verse, which is Briggs, it starts with him saying, "I never hesitate to burn a bridge. Sometimes I just remind him what a furnace is." It's just kind of pointing out how hard he can be on people, how tough. He's a big guy. He seems big and strong and fierce and scary. It's a bit of a persona he pushes through his music as well. And he says, like, he's going to point out to the clowns where the circus is, and what he is might offend you. He says, what he's been through might end you. With no one to avenge you, friends come and friends go. Good song. I like the lyrics. He kind of just says that he's a big guy, don't fuck with him. It's the whole verse is pretty much that. It also says that what he's been through might end you, meaning that he's had a tough upbringing. It's been pretty bad on him. He survived, but you probably wouldn't. So don't fuck with Briggs. If we skip straight through to the second verse, there is a chorus in between. Trials starts his verse with the exact same line as Briggs, which is "I never hesitate to burn a bridge." Just saying, if you fuck with him, he's going to get rid of you. Just that. If you go down past the next line, it says, "On the right path to end up in that wrong place, with the Reaper in deeper than Dante's." Now, assuming I'm pronouncing that right, Dante's is an Italian poet who apparently has a very well-known poem about the Christian afterlife, talking about purgatory, heaven, and hell. So he's saying that he's deeper than Dante, saying he thinks things through a lot. He's a smart guy. Then it's just interesting that he would throw out to a Italian poet. It's kind of cool. I like that type of thing in hip hop. He's saying that youth incarceration was his privilege. I know I'm not really reading through the lyrics here, guys, but if you give the song a listen and then listen to this, maybe probably should say that to start with, whatever. As I said, I may ramble. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with this. So he's saying youth incarceration is his privilege, saying that a lot of Aboriginal youth end up in prison. The statistics are actually quite high and quite damaging. According to a SBS article that I looked up, more than half of children in detention in Australia are Indigenous. So that's what Briggs is getting at to. His privilege as an Aboriginal child is to go to jail. That's where he ends up. And that's not very good. He said death's on the card since he was a youngling, meaning that once you end up in prison, it puts you on the wrong path. And that's where he says at the start there, on the right path to end up in the wrong place. He's just not handed the right deck to start with. Looking up at statistics again, 2004 to 2008, the age standardised death rate for Indigenous males is 1.9 times higher than the rate for non-Indigenous males, meaning that Trials is really getting at the fact that being an Indigenous man, he's likely to die just from how everything is in Australia these days. And for the past probably 30 years, I assume he's in his 30s, it's just not good. So he says the funerals are beautiful and life is ugly. Just reflecting on the fact that he's probably been to a few funerals in his life, and they're nice, they're sweet, and you remember these people. But then you go out into the real world, and there's all the reasons these people are dying. And it's sad. As he goes to say, brothers and my sisters, love them and I miss them. Stuck within the system, can I get a witness? He wants someone to see that the system is screwing them over. The system is the problem, and it's not an easy thing to fix. If we go through to the end of the song now, it's Trials and Briggs both reciting together this piece here, which I will recite to you because I think it's got a bit of meaning to it. It says, "My brother, you got to watch your health. When they come around, you better watch yourself. My sister, you got to watch out for me. I'll watch for you while you're watching police. My niece, my cousin, my nephew. Understand that your fam won't forget you." Now, I get what they're saying. They're saying that you got to watch out because some of the cops are racist. Some of the people are racist. You got to watch out for yourself just in general. Make sure the system isn't fucking you over. But then this next bit, and I really think, to me, it seems to mean a specific thing, which I'll explain after I read it out. It goes, you got to get up, breathe, get up, breathe, get up, breathe, get up, get up. They kind of really emphasize the breathe when they're singing the song. To me, it sounds like a police brutality type thing, or someone's been shot. That's what I'm kind of thinking of. I remember in the news recently that they had an inquisition into a case where an Aboriginal girl was sick enough that she should have been in hospital, but while she was in jail, They took her to the hospital 3 times, and 3 times she went back to jail. I think she might have just been at a police station, not an actual jail. They picked her up off the floor dead the next day. She should have been hospitalized, and she got the wrong treatment. And so I think this is the kind of thing it's getting at. You got to get up, breathe. It's really saying, come on, you can do it. You have to, because no one's helping you get there. The song then just goes on to recite the hook, saying you're too busy watching me and you need to watch yourself. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the song. It's really good. You should all give it a listen. Just expert song. I love it. It's really good. So this has been my first video in a while, and I've probably babbled. I'm good at babbling. I should become a professional babbler. I wonder if that's a thing. Probably not. Anyway, or maybe radio host. They babble a bit. Hamish and Andy, guys. I hope people enjoy it. You should get out, listen to the album. I haven't yet. I've listened to maybe half of it just from pre-release stuff, like singles and things I've seen on YouTube. But get out. Hopefully I'll continue to make videos again. It'll probably be a one-off. You know me. I'll probably make this, come back in 6 months and go, hey guys, I'm probably going to get into it again. But hopefully I won't. Hopefully I can upload one each weekend. I'll get onto that and maybe get some people to help me with this. Find me some content, something to talk about, because babbling's just no good. Alright guys, peace out. Go listen to ICU.